Hey guys, it's Shayla with Seeking Shayla. So guess who just made like a 17-minute long video that was amazing and full of everything that I needed to talk about and a little bit of rambling that was important, and YouTube lost it. That's right, me. My video is floating somewhere out there in cyberspace and I can't find it. So let's try this again. I am 2 weeks post-op RNY gastric bypass by Dr. Keith Kim at Celebration Health Florida Hospital in Celebration, Florida. My highest weight was 468 pounds. My surgery weight, which was 2 weeks ago on June 16th, was 444 pounds, 0.4 ounces. My current weight is 420.4 pounds. So that makes, since surgery, a loss of 24 pounds, and since my highest weight, 47.5 pounds. Pretty awesome. I'm starting to see a difference. I'm noticing a difference when I'm walking. It's not such a task anymore, such a hard task to do, and just feeling better all over. I've had a very eventful week. Today I also had my 2-week follow-up with my surgeon's office, which I saw the nurse practitioner, and he's awesome. So I'll get to that in a few minutes. But let's start with my week, shall we? It's kind of been a difficult week. Last Monday, like literally soon after I made my video that I posted for week 1, I was writing emails to my nurse care coordinator, which is kind of like the guru that all the patients email and call and ask all the questions to. Anyway, this is TMI again. I said this in my first video, but I'm going to say it again for documentation. Maybe I'll help somebody out. I had horrible diarrhea after surgery, and it lasted for a very long time. I kept having the intestinal problems. My vitamins and my medicine were going straight through me. Literally, I could see them, if you know what I mean, in the toilet. Yeah, totally gross, but I was having some major problems, and a result, I was starting to get dehydrated. I was pumping in as much fluid as I possibly could, but I could feel I was right on the cusp of being dehydrated. So she said people become lactose intolerant right after surgery sometimes. It's not all that uncommon to just, poof, be lactose intolerant. So she told me no dairy. I used to mix my protein shakes with milk. I now mix them with soy milk, the soy drink. The almond milk tastes better than the soy, but almond milk has less than 1 gram of protein per 8 ounces, and soy milk has 7 grams of protein per 8 ounces, and 8 ounces is how much I use per protein shake. So that's an obvious, that's really a no-brainer. Gotta use the soy. I'm using unsweetened soy, that silk stuff, and it's good. I really have no complaints with that. But I was craving cottage cheese so badly, and I couldn't have it all week. It was horrible. Actually, even quitting the dairy, I was still having the intestinal problems, and I kind of narrowed it down to my broth that I was having. Now, mind you, this kind of broth that I've been using is a paste. It's called Better Than Bouillon. Comes in a little jar, and it has to be refrigerated after it's been opened. I've been using that for quite a while pre-op, on my liquid diets that I would do every 3rd week, and then my 3 weeks prior to surgery. So this is nothing new. But all of a sudden my body started not liking that broth at all. I realized after still having the diarrhea that I was eating the broth, and when I wouldn't eat the broth I wouldn't have intestinal problems. So I stopped the broth, stopped the dairy, no problems. Thank God. So I'm not going to have that broth anymore. Gonna give it away. Or maybe just save it. I don't know. Save it for later. Maybe things will change. So, been without dairy all week. The diarrhea problems finally got better, so my fluids are staying in, my pureed food stayed in, everything like that. Now, another problem I had was, I think it was this past Friday or Thursday, I think it was this past Thursday night. I woke up at 3:16 in the morning with horrible stomach pains. Mind you, I hadn't had the intestinal problems for about 3 days beforehand, 2-3 days beforehand, maybe 2. Horrible diarrhea. I couldn't even get off of the toilet. Sorry, TMI again, but this might help somebody. Horrible. And I was dry heaving, more so than I've ever done in my entire life. Like, it was like I was actually vomiting. My eyes were watering, my nose was running, my ears were ringing, I was shaking, I was weak. It was like I was actually vomiting, but nothing was coming up. And it hurt so badly. And then finally, the last time I did it, I had a whitish yellow foam come up. I had the foamies that everybody talk about. I was miserable. I called my mom. I was in tears. I was in pain. I was very, very, very upset and not a happy camper. I eventually fell asleep in my chair, my lazy boy chair in the living room. And I woke up and I felt much better in the morning, but I had the night from hell. And my surgery center has a policy, a get back to food policy. Anytime I vomit in my entire life now after surgery, even if I have the stomach flu or if I eat too much or blah blah blah, whatever, anytime I vomit, I have to follow this. After the first time I vomit, the next day I have to do all clear liquids. No protein, no nothing, just all clear liquids. The day after that, the second day after I vomit, I have to do my protein shakes and clear liquids. And then the third day I go to pureed food, and then I can go back to normal food after the third day. So that's just their policy, because they said your pouch becomes very inflamed and a higher risk for vomiting again if you try to put food down a swollen pouch. So I understand that. So I had to do that whole jig, going back to liquid and then protein and then back to pureed. So the nurse care coordinator, her name is Sharon, talked to her, and she said I probably had something stuck in my pouch. Even though, I had gone to bed at, 11 that night, and I didn't wake up till 3:16 in the morning, I probably had something stuck in my pouch that made me sick. So I need to slow down eating. I mean, I'm already taking 30 minutes per meal, but I need to slow down a little bit more. I need to be careful with my chewing, even though it's pureed, all that other good stuff. So I did have a miserable night. It was really bad. I don't recommend it for anybody. And then Friday, the day after, I bought a new smart TV, flat screen smart TV, all the bells and whistles, the big one, about 1.5 years ago. And I got the warranty on it. Thank God, because apparently my sensor has gone out, my remote sensor or something like that has gone out on it. And I was searching for my warranty and paperwork and everything like that on it that I had kept. And I bent down right here at my desk. I bent down and I stood up really quickly, and I actually pulled a muscle in my abdominal wall where my surgeon had done some stitching. Excruciating pain, felt like I was going to throw up. It hurt when I would breathe. It hurt when I sat, stood, anything. The only way that I could be out of pain was in my lazy boy, propped back with my feet up on the side of the couch. That is the only way that I was out of pain. It was horrible. And that lasted about 1.5 days. I'm still having the pains from where I pulled that muscle. It cramps up a couple of times a day and it hurts pretty bad, but nothing like that first day when it first happened. So I've kind of been having some challenges. Can't say I didn't expect to have any. You know, I wasn't expecting to be a perfect patient or whatever, but, you know, it kind of sucks, but it's making me stronger. Let's see, what else can I talk about? My appointment today with the nurse practitioner, my 2-week follow-up appointment, it went really well. He is very happy with my 24-pound weight loss since surgery. He is very happy with how my incisions have healed. All the glue has peeled off. They're completely closed. I just have little lines. They don't look bad at all. So he's very happy with that. And I had a list of questions. I have them written down. I keep a journal thing. I think I showed y'all last video, my 1-week video, but I wrote my questions in my journal. My questions were, does eating a popsicle count as drinking after a meal? Now, my surgery center and my surgeon has a rule. I can drink up until the moment I put the first bite of food in my mouth. After that, I cannot drink for an hour after I'm done eating. So I cannot have a popsicle after I eat a meal because that counts as liquid because it melts and goes in your stomach, duh. But it was a question I had, so legitimate. I asked if I can use my 5-pound hand weights yet to work out my flabby arms. I am allowed to use my 5-pound hand weights. I'd be sitting down or whatever, and I can use those. So thank goodness I'm going to start working on my arms now. Then my next question was, since I was restricted with the dairy since last Monday, can I have cheese and yogurt yet? It was explained to me that people that become lactose intolerant after surgery just can't tolerate the milk. They usually can tolerate dairy products like cheese and yogurt, etc. And the answer to that question is yes. And I actually had some ricotta cheese with tomato sauce and garlic and basil and oregano, pureed, of course. That was my dinner. And I actually just had some yogurt, which is another thing I wanted to say. Sidetrack. The Walmart brand Greek yogurt, Greek non-fat yogurt, I had a strawberry one. No fat in it. I forget what the sugars are. It's not bad, if any. But the protein is 12 grams of protein, and it's 5.3 ounces. The little containers, 5.3 ounces. I'm allowed to have up to 6 ounces of yogurt. So 12 grams of protein is a lot, and it was a great price. So Walmart brand Greek yogurt is good. Anyway, my next question was grams of sugar I need to stay under. Like, I wanted some tomato soup, and it had sugar in it. You know, low sugar, like 1 or 2 or 3 grams or whatever for a cup, a whole cup, but still, I didn't know if I was allowed to have that or not. Yes, I can have that sugar that comes in most foods. Most foods have it. I just have to keep it as low as possible. I can't go out eating cheesecake, cookies, ice cream, blah, 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 duh, but you know, just keep the sugar content low as I can in my food. But I actually had some tomato soup today, too, and it was delicious. I was so happy. I start my chewable vitamins tomorrow. I asked about unflavored protein. My protein goals are between 87 to 109 grams of protein per day that I have to get in at 6 foot tall and my weight. So that's a lot. I have to eat 4 small meals a day, plus my two of my protein drinks to be able to meet my goal, and that is a lot to put in my tiny little pouch. So I asked if I could use the unflavored protein powder to put in my food, and yes, I am allowed. I think I'm going to be buying some of that this coming week. I think that'll be a lot better when I get into my soft food diet and I make some of that chili, which is the next thing. There's a guy that posted on my bariatric surgery support group on Facebook about homemade chili. Sorry, my phone's buzzing. My dad's calling me. Sorry, Dad, I'm making video. Anyway, his homemade chili. He used ground turkey, a little bit of ground beef, and the chili seasonings and tomato sauce and everything like that. No beans, no vegetables, anything. Says it's very high in protein, low in calories. I asked if I could have that on my soft foods diet. The nurse practitioner said, absolutely yes, chili is great for you, but don't discount the beans. I need to put the beans in there. Now, I thought I had a certain limit, which I do have a certain limit of beans and food that I'll be able to eat for quite a while. But as long as I have that certain amount, which is 1.5 ounces of protein and 1 ounce of fiber food, fruit or vegetable. So I have 2.5 ounces to play with. I could have 2.5 ounces of chili as long as it has the vegetable, the bean, and the meat in it too. So I'm going to make some chili on my soft food diet. Sounds so good. One of my favorite foods preoperatively was pad thai, chicken pad thai. I asked if I could ever have those rice noodles again. He said no, I really shouldn't. First off, I'm not supposed to ever have pasta again unless it's wheat pasta, which I'm only allowed to have after my 6 months, after I'm 6 months out. Wheat pasta has never agreed with me, although I'll try it again when it's time. But they don't want me ever having pasta again. He said anything white he really doesn't want me to have ever again. That's potatoes. That's rice. I can have brown rice, but not white rice. That's white pasta. You know, that's sugars, frostings. That's bread. You know, that's 5 things that I was really addicted to preoperatively. I loved my pasta. I loved my bread. I loved my potatoes. Mashed potatoes are my favorite food. And they really don't want me to ever have those again. So that's kind of hard to take, honestly. You know, just being honest, that's kind of hard to take. It's not like I'll never not have my sushi again. It's not like I'll never have it again, but that'll be like a once every couple of months treat to have my sushi roll, you know, with the rice. And I won't be able to do that until, you know, quite a few months out anyway. So the other thing was, can I swim in the pool yet? A little secret between you and I. I've already swam in the pool twice. Not really swam, just gotten in the pool. My incisions are completely closed. The glue, the surgical glue has fallen off. They're just little lines, like I said. So I got in the pool. All I did was float with a noodle and talk to my mom. Did not do kicking, did not swim, did not push off anything, nothing, just floated. But I'm not supposed to be in the pool until 3 weeks out, so oops. Not supposed to be driving yet, and I'm not comfortable enough to be driving yet either, so no big deal. So that's that. So I've been keeping this journal. Let's see if I can. And mostly each page is the day. I've been writing down my fluid intake, my protein intake, my pureed, what I'm having at each pureed meal, and then random just blurbs about the day. You know, if I was sick, if I wasn't feeling well, whatever's going on, you know, I'd write a little bit about it, just a sentence or two, nothing big. And then at the end of the day, I count up my fluid and my fluids and my proteins to make sure I'm meeting my goals. So yes, I am keeping a journal, a food journal. I'm not using my MyFitnessPal or anything like that yet. I am using the app Monitor My Weight. I've been using that since April 30th, so that was pre-op. So anyway, I think the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is, y'all know I live with mental illness. I see my psychiatric nurse practitioner, I just call her my psych doc. I see my psych doc this week, which is a good thing. I've been feeling really off. Now, I told y'all when I was having the diarrhea problems that my pills and, you know, my medicine was going straight through me. So I was not absorbing my medicine except for my Xanax. I never saw that come out. Ugh, so gross. But, I'm just feeling very off. I'm feeling depressed, a little bit of anxiety going on, a little bit anxious. I'm feeling like I didn't take my medicine for a day or two. The withdrawal feeling that I start to get almost. So I'm not really sure if I'm under-medicated or over-medicated now. I don't know if I'm absorbing my medications the way I was before. Now, luckily, my psych practice, whatever, my psychiatric practice, the whole office, they deal with bariatric patients. So hopefully they'll have some insight to tell me about, but really kind of worrying about that because I'm not feeling right. Something needs to be changed with my medicine. I don't know if it's raise it up a little bit more or lower it. Don't know what's going on. So I might give y'all an update before next Monday, maybe after my psych doctor appointment, what they're going to do for me. So, well, this is like over 20 minutes long. I'm sorry, but I really had a lot to say. Wanted to get it documented, and I hope I help some of y'all. Please get people to watch my videos. I want to make friends. I want a good support group. I want to support other people. You know, if y'all know somebody I should be watching their videos, let me know in the comments if they had RNY. I mean, I follow VSGers, you know, the sleevers too, but especially if they're RNY gastric bypass patients, you know, let me know if I should be watching their videos. I want to make more friends. So, on that note, guys, I will talk to you later in the week. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.